Good morning, everybody. How are we all doing today? I am missing our Melanie this morning, of course. She's not here with us today, but the show must go on. We are going to have some fun, anyways. Just a few announcements to start you guys off. Our 20% off dye sale ends at midnight tonight. So make sure if you are looking for any of the dyes, even some of the new ones are on that sale. So go check it out. 20% off all dyes. We do have a sale category on our homepage as well, so you can see them all in one place. Our sale for today for our new product showcase is Bubble 20, and that is in the chat. Barbie has put it in there for us. Thank you, Barbie. And so that'll give you 20% off everything in the new product showcase category. So if you're on our homepage, you flip over so you can see, and you go to this little new arrivals tab, this tab right here, the new product showcase, is going to show you everything that we'll show you this morning, and everything in there with the code BUBBLE20 is 20% off just for you guys. A few events going on that we've got coming up. We are having our first craft expo next weekend. So Thursday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. we are going to be doing make and takes, like little mini classes, some demos. We're going to have so much fun, guys. So I think we're going to be doing the new Stacey Parks diffuser, Better Press, Glimmer, Sizzix Studio, and Resin. So if you guys haven't tried any of those and you're interested, or if you've tried them and you just want to come get crafty with us, join us any day, Thursday through Sunday. We are so excited. Part of the reason we decided to do it this weekend is because our Suzanne is coming all the way from California to see us. And we are the only reason she is coming. So
right.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that her grandchildren are nearby.
It's the grandchildren, just us.
ScrappyShak. Sometimes you just have to get on a plane and go to ScrappyShak.
Exactly. So we are so excited. I don't think we'd actually met you in person, but you have been a customer of ours for a good long time now. So thank you for. Where have we met her?
She was here once.
Yeah, I do vaguely remember that. Yeah. So we're excited to have you back. But yes, so that is happening next weekend. Come out and join us. We're gonna have so much fun. Some more events coming up soon. So the Killing Gallery next door, our little sister store, is a nonprofit art gallery, and we are having our first art show. It's going to be a floral show, and it will be on May the 10th at 5 p.m. And we are, let's flip on the camera so I can show you guys this invitation. Let's see here. So this is our Art in Bloom. We're so excited to have this art show. It is all to help raise funds for the Kilman Foundation, which gives out scholarships to people going into military, healthcare, or ministry careers, or from those families as well. So come out, join us, support us. We'll have food, drinks, live music, a silent auction. So another really fun event to come support your community. So we are also looking forward to that. Another thing that we will be having soon in May, we are going to the Nashville Craft Retreat. So we will be having our whole store. We're going to lug it all the way up to Tennessee, and we're going to have a pop-up shop in the Craft Expo that they're holding. What is it called? The Nashville Craft Retreat?
Yes.
So if you guys are in Tennessee, come see us. We are very excited. It is open to the public as well. So even if you are not attending the Craft Expo, the Craft Retreat, it is open to the public. So you can come in and shop with us. So we are very much looking forward to that, and more details to come. We'll be posting all of our hours and everything probably this week. Let's see, what else do we have? Our classes. Let's flip over to our classes real quick.
One of the cool things about the Nashville Craft Retreat is that it's actually in Franklin. So which is right next to Nashville. So you don't actually have to go to downtown Nashville. So if you're one of those people who doesn't like to drive downtown and tons of traffic, it's not there.
Yeah, exactly. If you guys couldn't hear, Barbie says it is actually in Franklin, Tennessee. So it's just outside of Nashville. So if you're not a fan of going downtown, don't you worry. It'll be a lot easier than that. Okay, so tomorrow we are having another Build Your Stash class. We're doing bees and butterflies. So Barbie does these really fun classes where you basically just come in and we give you access to the ScrappyShak library, the Glitter Goblin library of all of the products that we have, and we'll share them with you. So for just $15, you can use all of our stamps, dies, embossing folders, anything that we have access to. So it's pretty much like a buffet. All you can make in 2 hours. So come out, come have some fun. We do them every month. This month is Bees and Butterfly theme. We also have every week we do what we call a pop and craft. It's like an open studio or crop day where you come, you bring your own projects, and we have a lot of our local crafters come in every week, and they just sit and craft together. So come join us. We have so much fun with that. And we call it pop and craft because there's also free popcorn. So come join us. Then, of course, we talked about our craft expo going on. We will also be having a fine art class from Joanna McNally. It's really more of a workshop than a class called Can This Painting Be Saved? And with that class, she is going to actually help guide you and on enhancing paintings that you've already done that you weren't satisfied with. So it's a really interesting class of um, really learning more than like follow me, do what I do. She is going to help guide you on your own personal projects to help enhance them and help you leave with a better painting than you walked in with. Then we'll have a pottery class with Allison Weber. I think this one's really close to sold out, but she is going to be doing a pressed flower plate. I'm gonna click on it so you can see how pretty this is. It is gorgeous, guys. So I was fortunate enough to take one of Allison's classes a few weeks ago, and she is an amazing teacher, and we have so much fun in these classes, guys, especially if Jennifer's there. Oh, she's a hoot.
You hear that, Jennifer? You've been requested.
Get in here. We will be having a spring card making class. Spring has sprung on Saturday, April 26th. So we'll be doing a variety of bees, butterflies, flowers, just spring themed classes. Are these pictures the actual cards that we'll be creating, or are they inspiration?
Okay, the one with the bees is close
Okay.
to what we're actually creating. The better pressed one with the blended background and the black silhouette flowers is really close. It's not actually a picture of my card, but mine mimics it. And then, yes, that lace, the lace embossed. Yes.
Okay.
I don't have that sentiment, but
yeah, so
that embossing folder, faux show.
So we'll be using a lot of these products
Yes.
and kind of doing our own thing. And of course, our classes are always about giving you the inspiration and tools and materials you need to create the project, but we want you to take your own spin on it. We want you to do colors. We want you to use your creative juice and make it yours. So we have these up here for inspiration, but your cards will look like your cards. Let's see. We also will be having a mini album class on April 27th. That one is going to be super fun. Oh, check that out. Oh, how cute. Love that. Let's see. Then, of course, we'll have our pop-up crafts, our Seth After Retreat. So, guys, a little news with the Seth After Retreat. I have a ticket to be sold. So, if you are looking to come to the South After Retreat, sign up for the wait list because it is still technically sold out, but I have one person who unfortunately is not going to be able to make it. And so we are trying to sell her seat. So if you guys are really still interested in coming to see Seth After teach a ton of awesome stuff, then hop on that wait list and we will contact you. Okay, so let's see. All right, what else do we have today? I think that's just about everything. So we will get into our new products. All right, so let's see. We will start with. Okay.
I went to try to find the real cards. This is the real B card.
Oh.
I couldn't find the others. When my nephew was little, he had a hard time pronouncing D's, so he used to say that things wish appeared instead of disappeared. And my other two have wish appeared. But I will find them, people. Just not before this live is over.
All right. I think so.
Okay, so April Daisy is a 49 and Market fan, so she got on the other day and found that they had a new collection preview here.
Oh.
I'm going to take just the main paper out of the packaging. And then, so this is a 12 by 12 double-sided, and we'll take a quick look at it. It also, April. Oh, April just got a new name. All right, so this is actually just the packaging sheet, but you know, honestly, it is. The back is, and it's gorgeous. Wow. It's gorgeous. And then there's this page. And that's the back of it. Oh, these are actually little like cameras. Little bitty cameras. So yeah, this is all about traveling and exploring and all of that. So you've got some map here, some graph paper on the back. There's a little bit of mapping here. There's a little map sticking out from behind there. So you've got all these cool layers. Tiny little map here, a little notebook page, little lace doily. So lots of really great details. And then this is compassy type things on the back. And then the next page is more, it's a lot like the one I just showed you, with the different layers and little bits of maps sticking out in corners. And oh, the Goblin and the Emma like this one. All right, so that's fun. And then you've got this vibe again. This one, yeah. So this one has more focus on the graph paper, and then it's got that compass rose stuff sticking out there, and more mappy across the bottom.
You know, I just finally started my junk journal that I made the cover of it like months ago, but I finally started it, and these go so well.
Yeah. And this is backpacks, and then this hat that looks like the Indiana Jones hat.
Ooh,
just saying. So, oh, pretty flowers like that. And ooh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Nice grungy map look here.
Chevron. I like that some of these pattern papers aren't like overly done, that they just give you some like nice solid ones, because there's several with like a lot of detail on them. But sometimes you just need something kind of subtle in the background, like this, or the chevron.
Oh, and this looks like a chest. Like a treasure chest, or you know, one of those old-fashioned trunks that they used to pack things up when they were traveling.
Ooh,
and there's, I mean, who doesn't love a good wood grain? If you don't speak to me. All right. Ooh, Kristen Root. Oh, I know you're not on here. Anyway, ATC cards. Okay, or embellishments for other pages, or things to tuck into your little pockets and stuff.
I love those stamps.
Yes.
That actually is probably my favorite one.
Yes, have to love the stamps too.
Gorgeous.
All right, so not going to take the others out of the packaging, but just so you can see what's there. That's the main paper. Then there is background pages as well. There are background pages. So those are nice. These are also double-sided. So this is
and they've got little
very back page look. Yeah. All right, then here we have, oh, this is, I think, my favorite. It's laser cut elements, and there's just trains.
Wow, they have used every little
compasses.
Of that.
Yep. Bags, boxes. Oh, there's a little old-fashioned VW mini bug down there. Planes, trains, automobiles, backpacks.
Even just
tags.
This piece right here that looks like the edge of the paper.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's the front. That's just the.
So, oh yeah, that's just the. But I think it is.
Like that also looks pretty. The packaging you could use.
Right, I would absolutely use it. So that's great. So that one was the laser cut elements. These are the rub-ons. So many rub-ons. And what I like about the rub-ons here is that you've got at least 3 different pages that I can see for sure. You've got the first one that's got mostly sentiments with a little other doodads, but then you've got this one that's got like the nice pretty pictures, the planes, the trains, all that good stuff. And then this one is just like bits.
Yeah, like background.
Like bits of background. Yeah, exactly. Um, just little things that you would add into the background. And I never really understood before that there were actually background rub-ons, but Teresa uses them sometimes. And I'm like, Teresa, what's this on your page? She's like, that's a rub-on. I'm like, oh man. All right. And then this one is a 6x8 paper pack. It is a thick pack. This one is 27 sheets and they are double-sided. So there are 3 pages, 9 different designs, and then there's 2 extra patterns on the inside of the cover sheets. So there's an extra pattern on the inside of this page, an extra pattern on the inside of this page.
I love that they do that. Like they don't waste their packaging.
Yes, use every inch. And then we've got a ton of these because they're fun. And even if you didn't have the rest of the paper pack collection, these would be great for any travel journals that you have. And these are little epoxy coated stickers. So
they're glossy.
They are.
And like puffy stickers, are they like kind of squishy?
No, epoxy. Like epoxy's a lot like resin and enamel. So that is the 49 in Market Wonderlust collection.
Very cool. So another release we had this week was the Vic Holland Sizzix Studio. So he has, or she, I actually don't know. They have 4 new designs here.
But we do have to say the Vic Holland stuff is on a regular sale as a new product, and it's not on the Bubble 20 sale.
That is correct. So since these are not, or they are already on sale, they're not part of the new product showcase. But you can find them just in the regular new product category, or on the Sizzix page, or on the Sizzix Studio page, and they'll be at the top. So the first one we've got here is called, what was this one? They don't have it written on them. Oh, it's called Western. That's what it is. So it looks like these little like cactuses. You've got a hummingbird, kind of like a barbed wire stamp in here. And so it has 3 stencils and a bunch of stamps in there. So that is, let's see, 22 stamps. That is so cool. I love those. And so these work with the Sizzix Studio system, or if you have the stamp and stencil tool. It is the same system. They have just kind of rebranded it and added a bunch of new accessories, but they do work together. This one is called Artist Tools, and I am a big fan of it. So if you're doing any kind of palettes to keep track of which paints you're using, or even just the way that they've done it here, is a gorgeous spread in their junk journal there. So that one comes with 5 stamps and 3 stencils. And so this kind of, it's like a portion of the circle, and you'd like dot around how they've done here. So like 3 of them make the little kind of flowery pattern. Love those. Then this one, Dreamscapes, is stunning. So this one has the stars, the clouds, and this kind of geometric web, almost like a dream catcher actually. So they've got, also includes 27 stamps. Wow. But look at those. You've got the sun, the dream catcher, these really cool eyes. You've got the sheep. I didn't even see the sheep before. I love those. Your little moon and your paper plane, your owl, a clock. I love these. And like, look at that example. It's beautiful. And then this one. See, I have such a hard time picking my favorite of this collection because I'm obsessed with these 2. But I also really like the Artist Tools one. The Western isn't my style in particular, but I know a lot of people whose style that absolutely is. But this one I can't get enough of. So this one's called City Walk. Let me see. What is this one called? Unfortunately, they didn't write all of the names on the packaging. It is City Life. City Life, and it comes with 20 stamps and 3 stencils. And you can actually build a little city scene in here. So it's got all of these storefronts and your brick patterns, both in the stencil and on a stamp. You've got the chain link fence the same way on the stamp and on the stencil. You've got your little traffic lights, your street lights, fire hydrants. You've even got a little pigeon in there, and I love this pigeon. But yeah, look at that example that they've done, how they have layered the stencils on top and really built a scene out of this. So I love, love, love these. So yeah, those are the new Sizzix Studio sets by Vic Collins. And these 4 are also available in a bundle. If you are buying all of them, you get an extra discount. Then we also have new from Sizzix this week, a couple Catherine Pooler products. So the first one we've got is this cloud stencil. So it's a layered stencil. It's got 4 different layers, and those clouds are so pretty. I've seen some cards that they've made with this, and they don't have any on the actual packaging themselves, but if you pull up the product on our web page, it it'll show you some examples, and they are beautiful in so many different settings too. Like these could go really well with that dreamscapes one, but could also go with like a springy like umbrella and flowers and just so many cool things. Then this embossing folder by Catherine Pooler as well is very interesting. So it's got 4 different patterns on it, and together it makes like a really interesting tile. And I do love it just like this as well, but you could also use it for smaller pieces. I think these sizes are right because this is an A6 embossing folder. Um, I think you could actually get a ATC card out of the corners of these, or at least out of the half of them. But you can use just the individual portions as a mini embossing folder for smaller elements that you have, or use it all together. So I think that one is really cool and unique. I haven't seen one like that personally. I do love these. Then let's see, what do we do next? We will do some indigo blue. All right, so we have a bunch of new stuff from indigo blue. I'll say the rice papers and I'll show you the stamps first. First stamp we have is Mr. Fox. And oh my goodness, he's so freaking cute. I cannot get enough of him. And there's another fox one as well, the very similar design, but this one's got the full body of the fox, and then a little baby fox all curled up sleeping. This one's called Fox on the Run. There is a bit of a glare on there. I'm sorry about that. Then we've got Owl or Nothing. He's really cool. And his sentiment said, no one said it would be easy, but somehow that's what I heard. I like that. I like that. Then we've got Spike, our little hedgehog, and his little sentiment says, take the path less traveled. He's got a little mushroom in there too. It's so cute. I'm obsessed with these little woodland creatures. Then this one is so Princess April, I can't even tell you. But it is Sewing Mends the Soul, and it's got all kinds of little sewing notions. And here you've got a bunch of thimbles, a tape measure, your thread, the Sewing Mends the Soul sentiment, a little mannequin body form, corset ad, corset sewing machine scissors. I love this. So pretty. I used to really be into sewing, but it's been a long time since I've done anything with it. Let's see. So there's those, and then the rice papers. So we have had a new obsession around here with our rice papers.
Rice papers.
For a while, actually for probably close to 2 years of being open in the brick and mortar store. We had one sheet of rice paper, and it was here for so long because we never we didn't really do anything with them. We hadn't used them in any of our projects, any of our classes, and then all of a sudden, we got a couple really cool ones, and we're all like, "Ooh, I want to do stuff with that." And we have made so many cool things, and now we're obsessed. Now we're obsessed. We can't get enough of them, and I think you guys also can't get enough of them either because look at these. Oh my goodness. So they have this awesome new steampunk collection, and there are 4 different designs. This is the 004. That is so, so pretty. And then this one is 007. And this is 006. And this is 005. And I have a hard time picking my favorite because they're all so beautiful. And they retail for $2.39 each. So that's a very nice price for those. Like that, and the size of these would fit a small journal easy. I've used the rice papers as journal covers myself, and these would make absolutely stunning, stunning journal covers. But they also like the backgrounds on them are so cool too. You got like your newspaper back in there. Um, and then this one's got, yeah, I guess they all kind of have the newspaper, but then they also have the gears. That's so cool. So there's those 4. And then we have fairies. Same thing. There's 4 new fairies, and I can't pick a favorite. This is fairies 1, 2, 3. She looks so like sad and peaceful at the same time. And then this is 1, 2, 4. Her dress is so shiny.
Shiny.
Yes. Then this is 1, 2, 5. A lot more animated looking, I think. And then this is 1, 2, 6. And these are so my colors. I love these. The pink and green is so up my alley. But I think this one's my favorite. Just that silhouette is beautiful. So those are some indigo blue things. And we also have some other indigo blue things, but I'm gonna let the goblin tell you about them because boy do she have examples.
Yes.
Mhm.
So, this journal cover was originally only available, and I'm opening it because this is mine. I bought it the other day, took it home, haven't got to this one yet, brought it back. So we're going to look at it. It was originally only available in a boxed kit, but now it is available individually, and you can buy one, and it smells good. It's got that burnt wood smell, but it is a bubble journal, and it's meant for you to use this as the front cover and to put the bubbles on the right hand side is the way I've always seen it done. Well, yes, because it's got little rounded edges here, and on the back piece there are 2 rounded edges as well, and then the straight edges is where you put your cloth and wrap that around. Well, and you wrap it around with a spine in between it. So basically what you do, and there's a video that comes with it. So you undo the cloth and you put your spine on there, and then you put your pieces on there, and this is all sticky, and so then it just folds up with your little binding on it, and actually you can do it on the inside so it doesn't even show, and it's fantabulous. And then you have a small plate and a large plate that you can use either on the spine to decorate or on your front cover, however you want to use that. And they've got the inserts that you can put back in if you want to, or you can leave those out. And then there's cord to hold your pages in, blah, blah. So I bought the whole kit several weeks ago, and the entire kit came with butterfly, bug, and dragonfly paper.
And that was
the Field Note Companion box. And we don't have any more of those and we can't get any more, but I just want to show you a couple examples of what they did with that journal cover. Okay, so this one's a little bit backwards, but you could see all the bubbles there and the butterflies. And then this one has the big bugs on the side, but then when you look in those bubbles, some of them are empty. You can see straight through to the paper. Some of them don't have any pictures behind them, but they've got a little bit of resin in them. So the bubbles themselves are just shiny. And then
glass cabochons. Is that how you say
it could be those as well. And then there are some that have little bitty pictures from the paper behind them. And so you can decorate this a bajillion different ways, and it's super, super gorgeous. But what I wanted to, oh, this is my favorite. They've wrapped a little bit of the paper around the spine and use the Stay Curious here. And then this is just like their version of crackle paste and paint. And then you've got all these little butterflies inside the bubbles. And it's great. It's great. So anyway, once I got mine, I wanted to see what else you could do with it besides the butterflies, because everybody else had already done the butterflies.
And Bobby
So
can't do the butterflies if everybody else done the butterflies.
even though I love butterflies. So I did shrooms. Oh no, it's green. So it's doing that weird green screen thing. Oh my gosh.
Here, I think I can.
Okay. My see-through journal. Please hold. Ah, there we go. All right, so the one thing I do want to redo is the Shroom City. I have terrible handwriting, and even though I drew it on there in pencil and thought I was satisfied, once I got it on there in ink, I didn't like it anymore. But this is one of the resin mushrooms from the Prima Alice in Wonderland set. Those are sold out now, but don't worry, if you didn't get them, there are mushroom houses with the Hidden Gnome set as well. And then these are various mushrooms from different sets. Some of them come from the Prima Alice in Wonderland. Some of them come from Stamperia molds. I put gemstones inside some of my bubbles. I left some of the bubbles just plain with a blue background. But we have these, and they're great. Okay, and I don't know, I certainly don't want to have a political conversation, but these do come from England, and I don't know what their price will be if we have to order them again with the tariffs and everything. So if you think you want one of these bad boys, grab it now. All right, so we also have these indigo blue ragtime concertina journals. Okay, and this is a 4-pack for $11.99. And they basically unfold. There's 5 different panels, and it's about a 6x6. And so I wish you could feel this. This is actually, these are made in India for indigo blue from recycled t-shirts. And so it's called cotton rag paper. Emma, you feel it.
Oh wow, it do feel like recycled t-shirt. It's like
it's really it is. It's really thick, and of course this is how you add your journals in. And so they can come out, they can be replaced, they can unfold as they are, and you can fit 4 or more in there. And they can do all the unfolding, blah blah. And then I just used some giant stickers that I had for the inside covers. I have some regrets about that. I think if I had to do it again, well, to be fair, the Hidden Grove paper had not come out at that time. But if I had to do it over again, I would have that Hidden Grove paper on the inside, because it is the most fantabulous. So anyway, that is that. And Emma, can you, oh, I don't know. I don't have the price on this because I bought mine before we had the price stickers on them. So, oops, sorry.
It is. Let's us go to. I knocked off a shoe. The journal covers are $23.99, and that comes with all of the things you need to build the the journal cover.
Yes.
That does not include the rag paper. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes.
So it's got the front cover, back cover, spine, the 2 plates, the sticky cloth for sticking it all together, the cord for, yeah, all of it. All of it, all of it, all of it. So it's fantabulous. And I had at one point, was messaging with a friend who had the box as well, and we were talking about all the different things you could do with it. And like, if you can't look at that bubble front cover and think of Under the Sea, then where is your brain, people? No, I'm just kidding. And there is a cool sea related release next week, although I have only seen the tiniest sneaky peek of it, so I can't really 100% describe it to you, except it looks like it's going to be cool.
It does look
All right, so quick flash for you too. We do have the Tim Holtz new 3D embossing folders. Most of you have already seen those. Some of you have already bought them, so I'll just be quick about these, but I want to make sure that you did get to see them. They are not on the Bubble 20% sale. They are on regular sale for everybody in, who orders from ScrappyShak, and there is a bundle deal. So the first one is called Lace, and I believe these are $12.99. Okay, it's called Lace, and here we have an example that Brenda made, where she embossed it on black, but then she also has a silver version, and I don't know if she did that. I think she did that with luster wax on black paper.
Fussy cut out one of the
On white paper, actually. Yeah, and then Fussy cut out one of the flowers and popped it on. So that's a really cute way to do that. I've tried it a couple times with this one. I think I inked the paper first with blues and pinks, and then put a little bit of, I think it's the Lisa Horton white ice wax on just a couple of the flowers to make them shiny. This one is definitely with the Lisa Horton wax, for sure, because I'm obsessed. And then this one, haha, I saw somebody else do something similar, so I was like, oh heck, I'm gonna try it. So this is just patterned paper. It's a light pink paper with dark pink and green polka dots, and I inked the embossing folder black and then ran it through. And so yes, it actually is. This is the deboss side, because I did it backwards and upside down because yeah. And so this one too, I did the same way, but with paper that I had inked myself first.
Barbie was showing me that one yesterday. I literally ripped it out of her hand.
It was kind of violent.
I was so in love with it. I was like, I need to see this.
She's like, what? This one is called Flourish, and that's just what it is. It's just got little flourishes everywhere. And here's another one that I inked, and then I put a little bit of that Lisa Horton, that was a little bit of green on it. I think I've got the ink, because it's a real subtle tealy green. I think it's actually called peppermint green. Anyway, so the ink is in pink and purple, and then I added the green on top. And this one, oh, this is a fan favorite. This one is called Airmail, and it's got like the little airplane right here. Then there's postage stamps and little signs, go this way, go that way, kind of stamp vibe. So you know me, I had to put wax on it. So here is my waxy version with all those different lovely, luscious Lisa Horton colors. And then here, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of trying to do this whole thing shiny. So I started with shiny silver paper, and then just added a little bit of wax on top. I think it's the Lisa Horton. Looks like marine blue, peppermint green, and the purple. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but there's only one purple, so you're not going to get it mixed up. And there's this fun one with all the gears. And so I did try that one on the shiny paper also. So I had the shiny silver paper, and I added a little gold and rose gold Sizzix luster wax to it to make it fun. And I guess that's the only other one I have. And then here, this is the sneaky peek that Melanie showed you a couple weeks ago, was my little booklet that I made using that embossing folder as the front cover and the back cover. Now, this part here are some hinges by Elizabeth Craft, and it's not on the sale, but we do have this. It's actually a stamp and die cut set, and it is a full stamp and die cut set. There are lots of hinges in different sizes and shapes on there, but it is called Get Hinged, and it's by Elizabeth Craft. So if you're interested in that, take a look at that. It's a great set. But anyway, I've just hinged the front back covers together. I've got my Sizzix luster wax all over the place, and I did use that Stacy Park diffuser to leave this part with no texture, and then that allowed me to put down the stickers and have those nice and flat. And then I made it into cute little journal, which, how did I attach that? Oh, I did a 2-hole pamphlet stitch on each of the hinges. Like, I was just making stuff up at this point. I was like, I don't even know.
Technically kind of functional.
They are functional hinges. They have stitches in them, and they are holding my crazy little journal pages in. And this is some of my tea and coffee dyed paper and all kinds of fun stuff.
Tea and coffee dyed papers? Oh, wow.
So fun.
I swear. The goblin brings out the goblin in me. We have a little show and tell at least once a week.
Yes.
Oh, wow. She always makes me like just so excited about all of the things.
So the last embossing folder, and we're going to do a little demo here just to remind you that you can use these excuse me, these embossing folders with the Stacy Park diffuser, and I've got some thoughts for you on that. So the last one is Diamond, and it is, I've neglected it mostly, so I'm going to make up to Diamond by, or is it called Diamond? I think it is. Diamonds, something, Vault Diamonds, yes. So I'm going to demo with this to make up to it for the neglect. So I did make this one yesterday when I was reminding myself how to use the diffuser, because I don't think I've used it since the last time I demoed for you guys. Actually, that's a lie. I used it at least once in between, but I keep forgetting. There's a couple details I keep forgetting. So I did try sort of that front cover vibe here. This is a blue piece of paper, and then it just has that peppermint green Lisa Horton wax on it. I think adding some color around the diffused shape also helps set the diffused shape off. It's already set off because you can see there, it is absolutely stinking flat compared to the rest of that texture. Okay, it really and truly is. But anyhow, I'm going to demo for you real quick. I've just got a piece of black paper because I'm sorry, I'm really not a dark person, but I am obsessed with the waxes, and the waxes to me look better on black. Now the Lisa Horton ones look fine on white and other colors because they're bright, but there's something that just weird about the way they look on the Sizzix ones. The metallics look on white paper. They look
dull.
Yeah. Yes. All right, so I've sprayed my cardstock with a little bit of water, front and back, wiped it in, and I'm closing this. And there are 2 sides to any of the Sizzix embossing folders. One, and you're not going to be able to see this with the dark one, well, maybe a little right there, has like, okay, this says Sizzix, this says Tim Holtz, it's got the print on it. When we put it through the diffuser, remember you want it to be upside down, so your print side's down. So I'm just going to set that there for a second. I'm going to get my diffuser ready. Woo! As everything pops out. And I'm just going to remind you real quick as we go, because it took me a hot minute to remember this the other day. And I had to watch part of the video again. Okay, so this is your diffuser plastic. You've got one piece of, I don't know, this plexiglass or whatever it is, that's just plain. And you're going to put it in so that the bumps, there's some bumps here. You need to be able to feel those on the bottom. And you're going to slide that into the bottom of the tray. And there are 3 places that you can put it. You can put it top, middle, or bottom. I'm just going to go with the middle for now. All right, and then you're supposed to, all right, we're face down with our folder. And according to Stacy Park, you're supposed to put the chompy side in, the part that actually opens, chompy side first, which is not what you would normally do, but because this is inside the diffuser, it's okay. All right, so your other diffuser piece has your actual hole cut out in it. I'm going to be using the rectangle one today. It's just the one that we have open at the store, guys. And this one, you want your bumpies to be on top. So once you have it all sandwiched in, you should be able to feel the bumps on the top and the bottom. And honestly, folks, if you try to put it in incorrectly, it's not going to work. I tried it. It really doesn't work. And then you're just using your two regular sized plates, not the super thick pad, and not the mini skinny one, because I know the correct names for all of the equipment that I use. Just those are the perfect descriptors. The two that match, that are the same size. And for me, I'm gonna put it in. Again, I can just reach things better when they come back to me because I'm a short person with short little arms. Like a T-Rex, only a wee bit bigger. On the arms anyway. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take off the top platform. And I'm going to open this and take it out. Okay, and there are a couple things to notice here. One, the texture is already almost flat. I mean, it's definitely significantly flatter.
There wasn't any pressure where that hole is, right?
Right. So it was missing the pressure, but it's not pressed absolutely as flat as this one. Okay, so that's that second step. So I'm going to take this piece of paper and put it back in. I'm going to put the top piece back on. Now, I'm just going to use my thumbs and kind of line it up. I want that flat space to be in the rectangle. I can use thumbs, fingers to slide this around as I want. Oh, the other thing I wanted you to notice, forgot to say this. Two things I want you to notice, and then I only tell you one. So the embossing folder, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Anyway, there's a little edge here that didn't get embossed, so I'm going to trim that off later. It's not super important. I can see it. I guess you can't, but I will trim that off later. All right, so getting this back in here, lining it back up so that the flat space is here inside, and then I'm taking that rectangular plastic, and really not last night. When was I doing this? I don't know. Whenever I practiced this again in the last 24 or 48 hours, I only had to run it through once to get it to just completely flatten out. And in this particular case, I tried, oh, it does make the worst popping sound. I tried to roll it back towards me, but it's stuck. It did not want to. And so I was like, yeah, okay, you know what? I'm not going to break you. Just don't. Anyway. So so your first round of flattening is just that there is no pressure because you've got that hole going through with the embossing folder. And then the second round is that there is the pressure of this pretty thick acrylic block pressing down on it. And so that, my friends, is as flat as a pancake right now.
And I've seen where you have gone with like larger A5 embossing folders, and you have just embossed them separately and then trim them down to fit. And there's still a tiny bit of a pattern with after you press it and just flatten it because it did fully emboss. There wasn't really a way to not have the pressure on it the first time around,
Right.
But it does have a very similar effect. It just has a little bit more of the pattern, but it's still flat. So if you have bigger embossing folders, you can still use this system with it, just not in it.
Okay, and Emma said to me this morning, what if we use the Lisa Horton green with the luster wax rose gold? And wouldn't it kind of look, what do we say, like
oxidized copper?
Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna do lab.
We're gonna do that.
Gotta do lab. Plus, the other thing is, I think when you add color, whether if you're doing this on lighter paper and you add the color with ink, or you add it with a wax, or whatever, distress crayons, whatever. I think having the color around that flat spot, although I got it in clearly, but I think that also makes that flat spot stick out a little bit more. So buffalo green mix up with a little bit of gold. The only thing is the rose gold overpowers. But you know what? We'll see what we can do here.
Might be
Yeah.
actually, like, if you use an oxide ink first.
Okay. So I think you can put the green on top of the rose gold, but not vice versa. So I think the Sizzix kind of overpowers the Lisa Horton. All right, so
the video isn't really doing it justice, but like that looks really cool. It's exactly what I was envisioning.
There we go. All right, so yeah, the colors are not coming out here, but you do have this. Well, you've got teal if you turn it this way, and browns if you turn it that way. So anyway, I'm not going to continue making you watch me cover this page, but that's kind of the idea, and you can have fun with it from there. All right, let me get out of Emma's way.
Now, one more thing that we forgot to show you today, not necessarily that we forgot to show you, but there was a Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous vault release as well this week. We are already out of stock of several of them, but it was such a huge release. So I think the Goblin's going to grab a couple of them for me, but I'm going to switch over to share my screen real quick. And I will show you where you can find those on our website. So if you are on our homepage and you go onto the new arrivals, there's an all new Tim Holtz category. And if you click on here, first thing you're going to see is the embossing folders. And then after that, you will see all of these Stampers Anonymous, and see we're already out of stock of several of these. So, but one of the really, do what? Oh, we do have more on order. So feel free to click that notify when available button on those, because we are getting some back in stock. The really cool part of this release, though, is these stamp and stencil combination sets, because before these were exclusive to Joann's and Michael's Hobby Lobby.
I've only ever seen them at Joann's.
Okay, so they were exclusive to Joann's, and the independent retailers were not able to sell these. We weren't able to access them. But the one good thing about losing all the Joann's is we get their cool stuff. So we are now able to sell these. There are some really cool springy Easter themed ones, some butterflies, these wildflowers, and they're really cool. A lot of them are similar to the larger stamps, but in smaller form, and they come as a combo. And they are all on sale at 15% off. We don't have a bundle because there were like 20 some odd items in this collection, and they're all vault releases. But have a scroll through these. It goes on to page 2, but there are so many. But again, if we are out of stock, click that notify when available, because I have been informed that we are getting more in stock. So I think that about wraps us up for the day.
Except for one thing that I forgot. Is that if you like that diamond embossing folder, and you like the idea of the diffuser, don't forget that there is a diamond shaped diffuser. Sorry, you have the camera on.
Camera back on.
So
yeah,
that would be fun.
Oh,
that would be fun. But we don't have one open at the store for. I can't open one of everything. We don't have anything left to sell. So
That's a great idea.
But that is a lab I definitely have in the back of my mind to do.
Yes.
Let's do a lab.
So we'll give you all of our ideas. You can have free ideas.
That's right. Somebody else do the lab and send us a picture.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for joining us today. Remember, today and tomorrow, our coupon code for the new product showcase is Bubble20. And then we also have our dye sale is going on until tonight at midnight. So 20% off all dyes. So hop on that if you are looking to get some dyes. And then on Monday morning, we'll send you out a new sale. Thank you all for joining